Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have a ton of planting to do. Very, very exciting. But we are out. Hey Benny, there's Benny. Hi Benny. We're out in the back garden today because we are finally planting sunflowers. I spent the last 2 days cleaning this place up, getting all the weeds out, making these zinnias look beautiful. Look at those guys. They're doing so good. Our snapdragons are doing pretty good over here too. We got a lot of new growth going on. Dahlias also looking great. But we're going to jump right into it. So the first thing we're doing today is we are planting our sunflowers. And I actually spent this whole time where I'm not on camera looking for the second set of sunflowers, forgetting that I had combined all of the packs of seeds that I had together. So each variety, I had kind of merged them together. But I eventually remembered that and I got straight to planting. So this first one right here is called Little Dorite, and I planted 2 rows of this. I planted 1 seed every about 12 inches, and I hope to have a pretty good crop with that. So 2 rows of 12 foot there. And then the next one planted here is a little Missoula. This one, I'm really hopeful that I'm going to get a good crop out of this too. I have 2 rows of this as well, similar planting. Vanilla Ice, these were the tiniest little seeds I've ever seen, but I am so excited for these. 2 rows of this, I am very excited to see these bloom. And then 1 row of these. These were crazy, tiny seeds, and they were in individual packets. I'd never seen that before, 10 seeds per pack. And in the back right here, I am planting some ornamental Indian corn. I like to decorate in fall with corn stalks and corn husks, so this is going to be a really awesome thing to have moving forward. I got my melons and pumpkins planted. I'm so excited about this. So on the left-hand side, we have our melons and spaghetti squash. And then on the right-hand side, we have our pumpkins. So right now, I'm just marking it out 5 feet in between. And then I'm putting a little bit of our forest compost down. And I'm going to till that in and make little tiny mounds to plant all of our melon and pumpkin seeds in. I was going to do big mounds, but I just, I was not about that. So the first one here is going to be honeydew melon, and then we have Hale's Best jumbo melon or cantaloupe. I did plant 2 mounds of the crimson sweet watermelon, so I'm super excited about that, and 1 mound of spaghetti squash, which I love spaghetti squash. And then going over to the pumpkin side, similar process here. I originally was going to do 4 mounds on the melon side and 6 mounds on the pumpkin side, and I just had extra space. I already had the drip line down, so I figured I might as well do more. So I ended up with 5 on the melon side and 9 on the pumpkin side. So lots of pumpkins going in, and I am very excited about that. I am going to double up on a couple of the pumpkins, obviously, because I have more mounds than I originally anticipated. But one thing I did want to make note of is that you guys will see the 2 different lines of drip line, and the lines are separated. They're actually on different valves. So when we get later in the season, I can turn down the water level that goes to the watermelons and the other melons, which is something that helps them get sweeter fruit. So I'm excited to play with that a little bit and test that out. I did also put quite a few seeds in each mound, so I'll be able to either thin them out or just let them grow crazy with multiple vines coming off of each mound. So now we're getting into the pumpkins. The first one, Jack Be Little. These are so fun, so small. I love them. And then the same thing, but in white, little baby boo pumpkins. And then I have some fun pumpkins, red warty thing. This was just such a cool pumpkin. I can't wait to see these grow. Casper pumpkins, just like a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, but in white. And then a fairy tale pumpkin. I planted 2 mounds of these because I love these pumpkins. They're so fun. And Howden pumpkins or jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, just a regular old pumpkin. And I planted 3 mounds of those. So many pumpkins. So I am very excited. Just watering everything in now with a little bit of fertilizer water because I didn't use any starter fertilizer in these plantings. And I told you guys we had so much to plant today, and I was not lying. This is the raised vegetable garden beds that I put in earlier in the season. And one of the things that I have noticed on these beds is that the topsoil that I use kind of gets a crust, and seeds have a hard time pushing up through that. So I actually put in a bag of potting soil because it's what I had on hand, and I'm going to till that into about the first maybe inch, just to kind of break it up so that hopefully the seeds have a little bit of a softer medium to push through as they're germinating. Today in this bed, I'm going to be planting some radishes and some beets. I like to do structured or tiered planting, so I will be only planting one row of each of those today, and then in a couple weeks we'll plant the other rows in as well. You can see in the very corner right there where I am messing with the lines, there is some of the cucumbers are growing up, and they're looking really good. They're getting some of their adult leaves, so those are going to be coming along here real fast. So exciting. I cannot wait to see the cucumbers crawl all over that big teepee trellis that I have in there. Oh my gosh, tongue-tied. Yeah, so basically I'm just going to do some lines. You can see where I'm eventually going to do plantings in the future, but today I'm just doing the one line of planting. And like I said, I'm going to do beets, and those beets are the Ruby Queen beet. I've never grown these before. They were just the seed that I grabbed because they look like a traditional red beet. So I grabbed those, and I'm excited for those. I also grabbed a pretty traditional radish too, the Cherry Bell radish. So these should grow pretty quick and be pretty good growers. So I'm excited about that. Moving on, we are going into the front, well, I guess backyard, but it's one of the things you see when you drive up to my house. You see the backyard first, and this corner is right at the lane, so it's pretty close to the driveway. And I've wanted to put something in this corner for a long time because originally it was just all dead, and now the grass is starting to grow a little bit, and I have my sprinklers figured out, and everything is looking so much better. But I have always wanted to put some stuff in this corner, and what I originally thought is what I kind of went with here, and that is a mixture of hollyhocks and sunflowers. So all those little ones that I just put down right now are miniature hollyhocks, so they'll only get about 2 to 3 feet tall. And then I do have 2 traditional hollyhocks that are going to get taller. I also decided to put 2 plants in here that are rudbeckia, which are black-eyed Susans, so another pretty traditional kind of country flower. And I'm really excited to see kind of everything grow in. I used some of the extra seeds that I had from planting the sunflowers in the garden in the back, and I scattered some of those around, so we'll see that in a minute. Right now, what I'm doing is I am using the auger on my drill that I got, I think, last week. It is phenomenal. I think I talked it up quite a bit in the last video, but guys, it really is a life changer. Like, it is so crazy. It would have taken me so much longer to do this, and oh my gosh, the weather turned. Like, it is raining right now. It was sunny when I started, and right now when I was planting this, we started to have winds pick up, and so I was doing this pretty quick. I was really happy to have that auger on there. It was so helpful. All right, so right now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of scattering all of the dirt around, making it all look flush and flat and nice and pretty, and then I dumped the rest of the compost that I had in my wheelbarrow, scattered that around, and now I'm going to go through and I'm going to individually plant some sunflower seeds. I didn't have very many left over because I planted some around the Dutch iris too, but I wanted to make sure that I knew exactly where those seeds were going in and that I had good spread. I did also have a couple packets of hollyhock seeds, regular traditional hollyhocks, not miniature ones, so I went ahead and scattered those, and now I'm scattering the dirt just to kind of till those in. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for hanging out, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.